No. Hey, how's it going? So today we're going to be looking at 10 more things that only original Fortnite players will remember. Now I've done this video in the past, but today I wanted to do a little bit of a different take on it. As far as original details of Fortnite go, this is going to be a much more hardcore list compared to the last two that I've done. And if you didn't start playing in October, you probably won't remember any of these. But that being said, even if you don't remember them because you didn't start playing Fortnite then, you will still certainly find these interesting. Now last but not least, before we get into it, if you guys are new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe, leave a like, as always. That's it. Let's do this. Okay, so coming in at number 10 on this list, this is the original Storm. Now, the art and animation of the Storm has changed a lot from the original days of Fortnite. It's really had two major updates, but what I'm talking about is the OG Fortnite Storm. Now, as far as just pure aesthetics go, there was actually a lot different with this original Storm. Nowadays, the Storm almost looks as though it's like pieces of block all kind of coated and digitalized together, but back in the day, it was more so of a pure veil. And once you got outside of the Storm, there were no crazy animations. Things didn't become dark and purple, there was no rain, it was pretty much just the normal map, but slightly off color. Moving on to our number 9 spot, we have the Winner's Umbrella. Now, pretty much everybody watching this video knows about the Winner's Umbrella. If you don't, when you get a win in Fortnite, you get a special umbrella. Yeah. What I'm talking about is the original perception of the Winner's Umbrella. Back in the day with Fortnite, there were pretty much no custom skins whatsoever, except for the umbrella. And in the very starting days of Fortnite, this was the only way that you could actually show your skill. So if you think about it nowadays, if you see someone rocking like a full tier Ragnarok, that's obviously a sign that they're a really good player. Maybe you see they've got a really old skin like a Ghoul Trooper or a Skull Trooper. That's another sign that, you know, they've been playing for a while and there's a pretty good chance that they'll be okay. But back in the day, the only way to show that you were a good player was pretty much just to have this umbrella. But back in the day, if you saw someone with this, it was very scary because not many people had wins, and you know, you're this noob that just started playing, like who the heck is actually getting wins in Fortnite? And it was a terrifying sign, and it was a huge sign of status. It's certainly not like that anymore, but back in the day, if you saw a full squad of Winner's Umbrellas dropping in on you, it was a bad sign. Number 8, the default skin. So nowadays, the default skin is very default. It's very plain, non-colorful, and just pretty gray, pretty boring. Back in the day, however, this was not the case. No, you see, originally, since there was only a default skin, there was actually a lot more variety with the skins that you were given. Back in the day, default skins actually had colors. There was a red, an orange, a black, a green, a blue, even a camo. And what's really interesting about all these skins is they actually probably look quite familiar to you guys now. Yeah, a lot of skins that ended up going into the store were originally default skins, and when Epic Games actually started the store, they got kind of semi-vaulted, but basically just taken out of the game and ultimately rolled out into the normal store that we know now. From a business standpoint, I totally understand why Epic Games did this, but I really feel like if you're a default skin today, you would really appreciate it if you had some different colored skins. Number 7, the pump. Now, this is something that's not an original feature of Fortnite. Well, it is, but you guys will remember this. But it's really important, and I wanted to talk about it. This felt like the best video to talk about it. The new SMGs are broken as hell. Essentially, over the last few months, Epic Games has completely nerfed shotguns by making them do less damage, they take longer to pull out, and you can't dual wield them. And again, SMGs are freaking broken. I just saw this clip on Reddit and it reminded me of what the pump used to be. This isn't double pumping, it's not when the pump used to be a sniper. This is just the pump being what the pump should be. That comes from YouTuber FNBR Tips, and to me, that is just such a crazy sign, and I forgot how good the pump was. There's no weapon delay, it does over 200 damage, and it's just, in my opinion, how the pump should play. Now, it's one thing to have insanely ridiculous and overpowered SMGs, but if you're gonna have that, you also need to have powerful shotguns. It just seems so unfair, and I wanted to include it in because that clip reminded me of a time when shotguns were actually good. Now at number 6, if you're a longtime watcher of this channel, it's not going to be something that you forgot about because it's literally in every single one of my videos, but this is the original menu lobby music.
It's in that building somewhere back.
Hee hee. I really miss it, and I honestly think that they should bring it back for season 6 because it's going to be a full year of Fortnite. Why not, Epic Games? Why not? Number 5. Number 5. Number 5. Number 5. Halloween Skin Mania. So no one has literally ever called it that. I'm just titling it that for the sake of this video. But this was a time at the very end of October. The first ever 2 skins were released into Fortnite, and this was of course the Skull Trooper and the Ghoul Trooper. Because these were the first ever 2 skins, the only thing you would see in the game was a Skull Trooper, a Ghoul Trooper, or a default skin. And it made for what I would consider to be one of the most ironic times of YouTube. If you go back and watch videos of people playing at the end of October, it's literally just a Skull Trooper, Ghoul Trooper fest. Everybody is running it, and it's so funny because the people at that time are like, man, everyone just got this, like it's not even that cool. But if you were to see that nowadays, you would lose your mind. I mean, if someone's rocking a Skull or Ghoul Trooper in a lobby now, people just like start running up to them, dancing in front of them. It's like, oh my God, it's a celebrity sighting. But back then, it was just like this very weird time of Fortnite. Now at number 4, we have something that I don't think anyone genuinely remembers. You might have heard of this, but you probably weren't around when this was a thing. Now at number 4, this is something that you guys may be aware of, but I would be very surprised if few of you actually were around Fortnite during this time. So most of you probably know that originally Fortnite was PvE only. That was the point of what Fortnite was. And Epic Games decided that they would actually just, let's just toss in some Battle Royale mode, see how it goes. So there was like a 2-week period when the only people that were actually playing Fortnite were PvE players. And for those of you, myself included, that weren't around for this time, just let me show you this clip from Dakota's channel of him talking about it. It's a really weird, like, jump back in time.
Talking about the free-to-play that is coming soon to Fortnite. I'm very excited and happy, but nervous at the same time. Xbox and PS4 have a Battle Royale and it's free, and it's like the first Battle Royale on this console, genre. So it's pretty cool to see that happening. People are scared of like microtransactions. That's like a huge thing right now. I've been reading. People are fearful of that, but the developers have come up full and said, look, we've pledged we're not going to add like serious competitive edge to items. But, I do think we are seeing like cosmetics, and I think it's a genius move on Epic Games' part. Everyone and their mother is going to be playing this with their friends on console.
Okay, so coming in at number 3, I'm sure you guys have heard about the 98 damage Scar. It was like a crazy OP weapon. You've probably heard of the double pump, the laser pump, all this stuff. But did you know about the laser burst? The original blue burst was a god tier weapon. This thing was better than a gold FAMAS, okay? Gold Scar, gold scope thermal, might even have been better than the compact SMG. Anyways, back in the day, the blue burst was godly. So first of all, bloom was a little bit different back then. There was no first shot accuracy, and because of that, just the way weapons worked, it really led to the burst being much, much more accurate. There was also no drop off to this weapon. And lastly, assault rifle headshots did 2.5 times the damage. 30 times 2.5 is 75. So basically, if you landed a triple headshot, it was an automatic kill on a player. This was pretty much like the fastest time to kill of any weapon ever, besides like obviously a pump headshot, but it was just nutty. This thing was so overpowered, and even a common burst was enough to kill someone with headshots at full shield. You could absolutely laser people from miles away, and this thing, it was just insane. Okay, so coming in at number 2, we have a very obscure fact about Slurp Potions. As a side note, I just want to say that I love the new Slurp update, and I think that it was a really good call to do that. Anyways, very quickly after the original introduction of the Slurp Potion, there was a minor patch change made to this item. There was a minor patch change made to this consumable. I don't know why this was a thing, but originally you could run with a Slurp Potion and drink it at the same time. Now, I'm not sure if this was a glitch or it was intentional, and I think it was probably intentional that the idea behind this would be it was like an on-the-go weapon, kind of like the same idea as what the mini shield was supposed to originally be, but it was scrapped very quickly. This was only in the game for like a couple days at max, so that's why very few people know about this, but it's a very interesting detail about the Slurp Potion. Now, before we get down to number 1, I just wanted to throw an honorable mention in to the purple tack. For the sole reason that I just love the look of it. Like, that's really the only reason I'm throwing it in here. I think the purple tack looks so nice. It was just like a great looking shotgun when you see that purple glow on the tack. So I kind of miss it, and I just thought I'd mention it. Anyways, though, coming in at our number 1 spot, this was a time when the idea of Battle Royale was very, very opposed. So originally, again, Fortnite was just meant to be a PvE game mode. And I don't know what it was, but obviously Epic Games made a very good decision to say, you know what? Let's do a Battle Royale mode. And this is so funny to me because despite Fortnite being one of the biggest games ever, when they originally announced that they were going to be doing a Battle Royale mode, it got absolutely torn apart. People were going after Epic saying like, oh, you're just copying H1, you're copying PUBG, this is a terrible idea, it's cartoony, it's unrealistic, building isn't all that impressive, it's a stupid feature, and now Fortnite is Fortnite. But yeah, before Battle Royale came out, there was actually a ton of opposition, of just people saying that Battle Royale is a stupid idea and that they should just stick to PvE and not copy the Battle Royale theme. And furthermore, PUBG is just such a popular game. You know, how could you even compete with the likes of PUBG, the greatest Battle Royale game ever? And then Fortnite became Fortnite. It's such a funny thing to look back on, you know, that just so many people hated the idea. And I'm sure a lot of those people that actually hated it now play it and love it. But back in the day, Fortnite was really opposed. But anyways, with all that being said, we're gonna wrap the video up right there. If you guys are still with us, I just want to thank you for watching all the way through. And if you are new to the channel and you enjoyed, maybe subscribe and, you know, get some more stuff on the go. I think that's really it. I'm really bad at ending these. That's it. I'll see you guys later. Peace.